don't let you get to 3/4 throttle, the car is throwing smoke that way, your car is going that way, and you're just constant throttle, constant steering, and at that point you don't need to touch the wheel because the car is, like you said, on a set course.
Right.
So it's just going. So you're just sitting there. Go
ahead and shift to the third gear, and it'll stop.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Before you miss a gear.
Yeah, so you're on second gear and you're banging off the limiter on the transition. You slam it in the third and let that shock ship the car back over, and then you
Dude, when you can do that, that's a cool ass sound. When you can do that, and it goes to the next one. But it's like you get to that point where you think you're killing it, and then people in stands like, dude, shift the fuck up, shift up. Even though they're in the stands and they don't have a car and they're scared as hell to do it, they just pros. They're pros anyway. But it does. They got a valid point. Like, dude, shift up. Because I remember drifting at the track, and I didn't want to miss a gear, so I would keep it in second and just a little bit. And sometimes there's a point where that two rev limit bumps is you have to do it, because if you go up, you kind of lose that you lose that seconds and everything. So if you're going into the corner, rev mesh downshift and all that stuff, sometimes keep it in second gear and just let it get it, and then you're gonna slow down anyway and then get right back into it. That's advanced shit, but I learned that on this.
I've been on tracks, and at first when I did my very first track day at Little Talladega, like an actual grip track day, not drifting, I didn't understand when people were getting on a limiter. I'm like, why don't you shift up? And they're like, because you saw when I was hitting the limiter, if I shifted up at that time, I'd either have to shift early,
right,
or by the time I went to shift up, I'd be coming right back down anyway. So just hit the limiter. That's what it's there for. But I mean, I've been there. I've done the. That's when you first feel like a badass of drifting. Yeah. When you're sideways, clutching third gear, and you keep going sideways. You're like, I'm the best. I am the best.
Yeah. Then you get that weird, like, you got that the normal tire screeching, but there's certain tires you get like they're.
Yes.
It's like a harmonious sound that it's a low. It's like it sounds like know what it sounds like when the dudes do a burnout in those dualies.
Yes.
They're like.
Yes, I love it. I miss that, dude. I mean, like, you could see, like, if I go back to like some 2010 videos with my BMW, you could tell when I started getting confidence, because when I was still nervous about drifting on a track at over, coming into that first corner at over 100 miles an hour, my car was screeching a lot because the wheel speed was almost matching the vehicle speed.
Right.
So you were sideways dragging the tires, so you get that. As you're sliding, but once I started getting my confidence up, and I was like, okay, it needs to be in fourth, and I'm going through this, and you just foot down in fourth gear, all that screeching goes away because your wheel speed is so fast that you just glaze the rubber over, and it's like and all you hear is engine and amazing and women's panties hitting the floor because you're so good, or maybe that was just me.
So those
are my panties.